2 yards left on second down from the 9. Allen fakes the give and keeps himself. Hammering for the goal line. He loses the football. And this is picked up by the Saints. And now, meanwhile, after the dust settles on the fumble, we've got an injured player here as well. So as the medical staff takes a look, we'll step aside. Winston and the Saints now with a 1st and 10 at the 20. They start the drive on the ground. Kamara. And they'll blow that one up back at the 16-yard line. Well, the first play of the drive lost 4. Now they'll look to move it forward here on 2nd and 14. Looking long for Thomas. Well, this is taken in. It's complete. And they'll get this down to the 42-yard. So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10. Winston to give. It's Kamara. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. The defense showing some anger after giving up the big play. This time they'll lose 1 or 2. The Saints at 6 and 2 to start play. And they come in off the extended break from the bottom. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Von Miller, what a play by him. That's going to go as a loss of 13. So now after the sack, Winston and the Saints needing to figure out what to do. Tough play, 3rd and long. And pressure coming, and they got him once again. That sack by Tremaine Edmonds.
It always helps for a visiting team to come in and set the tone on defense. In fact, when we talked with them prior to the game, they said they brought this home crowd to feel like they had to hide their valuables when they were in town.
Well, the home crowd quiet now early. See if their offense can take over and get some points on the board. A good return there, 17 yards. And the Bills will take over the football with a 1st and 10. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. And, you know, it's certainly a lot of football left to play. We're not into December yet, but right now where we stand, they're in 1st place in their division, looking really good and looking to be a threat come January.
You know, you one of those early holiday shoppers, partner? Are you one of those guys get your list done? Because I think about what every team has on their holiday shopping list right now. What's the #1 goal? Make the playoffs. #2, win your division. #3, and I think the biggest goal of all, try to get the #1 seed so you get that 1st-round bye and ensure you don't have to go anywhere in January and hopefully get to the Super Bowl that way.
It's Knox, the tight end, making the catch. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. 12 yards that time, and a Bills 1st down.
We often hear the phrase sure-handed tight ends, and he certainly fits into that category. Plus, he's got a quarterback who knows to look his way when they need a big pickup. And on this play, he finds it for the 1st down.
Uncorks one for Davis. And this is caught. Touchdown, Bills. Gabriel Davis, his 9th touchdown of the season. And the Bills get the upper hand as they're on the board first here this afternoon. Well, you know he can be explosive, and he's ultra-explosive there on the fly route.
And you know how many times we've talked to coaches and we've had quoted back to us, well, you know something? When you execute really well, it doesn't matter if they know it's coming or not. But sometimes athleticism beats you as well. He just took off and went. And that's almost like one of your Turkey Bowl games, isn't it? Just go long,
Backyard.
man. I'll hit you. And it worked really well for them.
Here's Bass now to send it away. And here comes a return from the middle of the end zone. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. Coming off every player's friend, the open week from last weekend.
Oh, there's no doubt about that. Even if you're coming off of a loss as they did, the open week is exactly what you need after you kind of get over it a little bit, right? Rest up the mind, rest up the body, get yourself ready to go. And they have to be eager to play again, especially since they lost the last time out.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30. To throw is Winston. Over the middle into the hands of Michael Thomas. Here's 2nd and a yard. From the gun, it's a run for Kamara. And he'll get up to the 43-yard line. 4 yards to pick up, 1st down. Off the play fake, Winston. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
I have to give some credit to the defender on that when he read all of his keys perfectly and got a great break on the ball and able to force that incompletion.
On 2nd down, Kamara. And he'll take it across midfield and into Buffalo territory. That'll leave it with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there. They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the first here. Winston on 3rd and 2. He rifles one that's intercepted. Jair Elam makes a pick, and the Bills are going to take possession of the football. Before we came up to the booth, last thing he said as we were walking off the field, want to play mistake-free football. Well, that just went out the window there with a pick.
And do you remember what you said to me when we were walking up to the booth after he said that? You're like, oh, fatal last words. Every time we hear that, things tend to fall apart a little bit, and that's what we saw there. Didn't get enough on that throw, and it turned into an interception. But defensively, you're over there trying to catch your breath and trying not to show the offense that you're a little bit fatigued. You're right back out there after the turnover. Now they've got to work towards getting another couple of stops and forcing them into at least a long field goal situation.
He's got his target. It's the tight end Knox. And he's going to be brought down at about the 16.
A lot of tight ends just use their size and their strength, try to occupy some space and kind of body people away and catch the football. But not this guy. He's a refined route runner. Makes me wonder if he took some dance classes in his background with his footwork.
A 1st down throw for Brissett. A hit as he throws there, incomplete.
Partner, what we're seeing so far is the defense is certainly coordinated. Both levels doing their jobs in tandem. The back helping the front helping the back. The pressure got home on that last play and forced him to try and throw through contact and short of the sticks.
Off the play fake, here's Brissett. And this is Cook with a grab. He's down inside the 10 to the 8. And it comes on a gain of 8. The Bills on 3rd down. A perfect 3 for 3 as they look to keep that streak going. Here it's 3rd and 2. The quick slant caught. And the Bills are going to have 1st and goal coming up as they're able to convert there on 3rd and 2.
And Brandon, from our time in college football, where receivers weren't running the traditional NFL route tree, one thing they did learn, find open areas, find soft spots, and set up and catch the ball. And I think we just saw that there.
Yeah, we saw that indeed, picking up the 1st. And he is going to lose yardage here. Now from the 7, here's 2nd and goal. To throw is Brissett. And he's got his tight end Knox for a Bills touchdown. A 7-yard touchdown grab. And the Bills have taken a 2-touchdown lead now. Extra point by Bass, up and good. And it's now 14-0.
14, Saints nothing. Tyler Bass.
After the touchdown, Bass to kick it away. This will be brought out from the middle of the end zone. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24. Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. As the offense comes out here, Charles, remember they threw the interception last time out, but they were moving the football down the field. Looked like they were going to have a sustained drive that ended in points, but then the pick ensued. And because of that, there's no way you can call the last drive a success. Yes, there are things to build on because they found some play calls that work. Now, they've got to build another drive and find a way to avoid the turnover the play did on the last one. Finding space at the 40. 18 yards on his first catch of the game. It's a first down. 2 minutes to play, first half. It's 14-0. On 1st and 10, Winston. They'll set up the screen now to Kamara. And he'll go down right around the 47 this time.
4 yards on the pickup. 2nd and 6 at the 47-yard line.
To throw again on 2nd down. Winston. And this one is incomplete.
This defense not going to make it easy for you. They're a physical group, and we just saw it there on that play. It came in, made the contact, just as he's trying to haul it in.
To the air again with Winston. That's taken in. Trey Nixon. And this won't do it. He needed 6. He only got halfway there.
A gain of 3. It's 4th down.
Now Winston on 4th down. Eluding the pressure right. And he's brought down. Can't do anything with a football. It's a sack and a turnover on downs. So certainly an interesting call there to go for it. And it'll be a turnover on downs. First down, here's the run with Cook. And that play goes nowhere. Taken down, losing yardage at the 50, right at midfield.
That's what I'd like to see out of this defense. A little fire, a little toughness. It hasn't been the best first half for them. They did do a nice job there, forcing a loss on that play.
Play fake, Brissett. And this one too low.
They certainly did a nice job improvising there, extending the play, hoping someone would come open downfield, but they never did.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. And they're going to mark him down short, maybe by about a yard, if that. Now we'll get a quick timeout called by New Orleans, number 2, as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. And the tight end goes in motion left. They're going for it with the option right. And he will have a first down as they get him to the ground at the 37. Little read option, the end result, the first down, so a good read.
And the way teams are running it nowadays, they've added variety to it. You know, the original way was you read the defensive end. If he crashes down, you pull it and you go. Now they may not even block that person, may end up reading the linebacker, may read the cornerback. Just depends on how they want to block it up. In any case, this worked well for them. Receiver coaches preach to their guys all the time. Separation, that's what's going to make the play successful. That time there was very little, and I think they were actually fortunate that it was only knocked away and not intercepted.
To throw on 2nd and 10. Brissett. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And he's going to be taken down at about the 33. 7th play of the drive upcoming here on 3rd and 6. And he's going to go down. They get to him back at the 40. Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see. And this is good from 57 yards out. That was bombs away right there. So he's been automatic to this point of the season, and he connects on the field goal there.
And what a luxury it is to have a kicker you can depend upon, partner, because he hasn't missed all year long. Converts on that one as well. And kudos to you. You didn't jinx him.
So we reach halftime in what's been a fairly one-sided game so far. As we'll get you over to Orlando, where standing by is Jonathan Coachman. He has our EA Sports Halftime Report. Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. The Saints going to go on offense first, and they trail here as we begin quarter number 3. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. And that first half, one to forget really on both sides of the ball. They got to find some way to string something together here, don't they?
Yeah, they're down big right now. So as you mentioned, trying to find something to string together, get some consistency, something sustained, maybe calm their whole team down and find a way to get back in this one.
Yeah, because right now you're down big, you're being shut out. Let's see if this is the drive that kind of kickstarts them. Yeah, he hadn't gotten far enough away from the pocket to throw that football away, and that draws the flag.
Yeah, the old tackle box, right? Get outside of each tackle, and then you can go ahead and throw it away, and you're in good shape. But if you're back there in the pocket, you got to make sure of what you're doing.
And this turns into disaster. He's not going to get forward progress. That'll be a safety.
That's exactly what they were aiming for defensively. A huge early play that cuts off any opposing momentum at the knees. As soon as that snap was made, they were flying to the ball and through the line. Great call from the coaching staff and even better execution.
And able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped at the 23-yard line.
19. Good.
Brissett on first down. And he's taken down here by the Saints. Buried by multiple defenders on the drive's first play. After the sack, it's 2nd and 19, and the road gets a bit tougher from here. To throw, Brissett. Swinging this out wide here for Cook. And they'll bring him down at the 27-yard line. They get 14 back, but it leads now to a 3rd down.
And that was yardage that they needed there after the sack on first down. They didn't get all of it back, but now they look at 3rd down as a manageable situation, one that they have a much better chance of picking up.
Hey, check. Hey, kill.
They go play action with Brissett. Steps away to his left. And this is going to be incomplete.
Nice call by the defense there on 3rd down. Just flood the field with extra defensive backs in their dime package. Nowhere to go with the football. Forces the incompletion.
On is the punter Townsend as he gets this one away. big boot that time. 57 yards the official distance. And the Saints will take over with a 1st and 10 deep in their own territory. Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. They begin on the ground with Kamara. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
Brought down at the 18-yard line. It's a gain of 8. Brings up 2nd and 2.
2nd down, and it's Kamara again. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. They go backwards there 2 yards, and 2nd and 1 is now 3rd and 3.
This defense is just flat getting after it. They have not given up much of anything in the run game. Case in point right there.
Hey, I'm on business. I'm on business. Come on. Come on.
3rd and short yardage, Winston. And this pass broken up. The contact well timed there, and now 4th down.
And there's another stop. Best defenses is certainly bringing it again this week.
Here comes the Saints punter now, standing just outside his own goal line. And they will get to this one and down it at the 13-yard line.
It's been a struggle all game for them on offense. This was a chance to maybe provide a little bit of a spark with a punt return. Unfortunately, that spark got doused.
Yeah, and you call special teams the 3rd phase, but you see here it can be the 1st phase sometimes.
That is so true, right? It can ignite it one way or the other, and boy, that didn't help them at all.
And he's taken down, but not before he gets this across the 25-yard line. On 1st and 10, Brissett. That'll be complete to Cook. They'll wind up getting just a yard, and it'll be 2nd down.
To James Cook. A gain of a yard. Brings up 2nd and 9.
Play action now, Brissett. Looking for Knox on the crossing route. It's complete. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. He's up to 70 yards receiving now as that last catch gets him a 1st down.
And while we may be looking at the scoreboard, this offense certainly is not, because they're showing no signs of backing down, even with a 3-score lead here in the 3rd quarter. I think they keep taking their shots. They've seen blown leads happen throughout this league. They don't want to fall victim to it themselves.
Brissett again. And he's taken down, trying to do a little too much, getting outside of the pocket, and it results in a sack. The pressure from multiple guys there as they bury him for a big 9-yard loss. And they need to work to at least get some of this yardage back after the sack. 2nd and 19. Going deep for Diggs. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be 3rd down. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Brissett sets to throw it. And the Saints pressure gets him. Brought down for a sack. Cameron Jordan able to disrupt yet another pass play. That is his 3rd sack of the afternoon. On 4th down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. That's going to go in the books as a 55-yard punt. Well done. And the Saints will take over with a first down and 10. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
They get 14 back, but it leads now to a third down.
Never make the mistake that the slot receivers, especially the little guys like we're watching here, are just quicker than fast. A lot of them combine quickness and speed, and they catch a lot of footballs, as we just saw there.
And this offense on third down today, a pretty woeful 0 for 5 thus far. This is 3rd and 9. Here's Winston. Open man is Michael Thomas. And he's got some space here. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10. Throwing, Winston. Pass caught there by Nixon. And they'll get this down to the 42-yard line. You got the big lead defensively. Willing to give them that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackle. Tackle them after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that way.
He'll get it inside the 20, and they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. So here's a 1st and 10 now, down inside the 20. From the red zone now, Winston. Going to throw right side here, complete. And he will reach the 8-yard line before going out. 1st and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. Again, it's Winston. To the goal line, but it's incomplete. Well, the trials and tribulations of being a quarterback in this league, it's tough. It's got to be wearing on him out there.
Well, he has been sacked a number of times. He had an interception, so I'm going to give him a skosh of credit.
Touchdown, Saints. Alvin Kamara from 8 yards out. And the Saints are finally on the board here in the 4th quarter. Lutz good on the extra point. And they're able to cut this deficit down to 12. 2 scores down, 3 timeouts left. Still a chance if they can somehow get this one back. Oh, the Saints recovered it. New Orleans football. Well, that certainly makes things more interesting. You get the score, then you get the onside kick. A little uphill battle still, but a start.
It's not mission accomplished, but the plan is working. They are in a great spot right now, and the best part, they put the defense right back out on the field after having already scored.
Yeah, they've got the momentum here now. And they're able to work this across midfield to the 48.
A 6-yard pickup.
From just shy of midfield, Winston. And this is going to be incomplete.
We're going to give out a little applause on that play. It has to go to the defense. More good work by them. They've taken away the passing lanes all game long, and you can see the frustration that it's causing because he just about threw that one into the first row.
Jameis to throw it. He'll find his tight end. It's Adam Troutman. And he takes this just a few yards shy of the red zone before going out. A 10th carry for Kamara. A strong broken tackle on that one. And then they get him to the ground just shy of the 15. From the 16, Winston. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. And the Bills are going to have it here at their own 9-yard line. Well, down 2 scores in the 4th quarter. It maybe wasn't quite desperation time, but it was getting close. And that interception there on the deep ball, that probably slams the door on their chances.
And maybe that was the thought process, that it wasn't quite desperation time. So now you take the shot before they're going to lay back any farther on defense. Go ahead and throw it downfield. Unfortunately, it didn't work.
The corner blitz gets there as he goes down for a loss of 7. Out of his end zone, Brissett. He's got it complete to Stephon Diggs. The Saints going to call the first of their timeouts. It's just their 2 remaining as we step aside here in the fourth quarter. On third down, Brissett. And intercepted. Maybe the turning point they need. It's the Honey Badger, Tyrann Mathieu.
And the Saints are going to take possession of the football.
The Saints take over first and 10 at the 27-yard line.
Following the interception, Winston. The pass caught by Olave. And they'll get this down to the 10.
So not quite a first and goal. It's first and 10 from the 10.
That's good for the Saints.
Now a first down carry. It's Kamara. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. So after the run for no gain, here's second and 10.
Brings up second and 10 at the 10-yard line.
Here's Winston. Dancing to his left. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
Tell you what, partner, after he ices down, he's going to need a nice long soak in a hot tub after this one. He's been under duress the entire game.
And once again, hit as he throws. Fortunate that one wound up incomplete. An incomplete pass on second down. That muddles things a little bit here. This is third and 10. Winston. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked off by Sidney Jones.
And the Bills will take over possession here up at the 44. Well, field goals probably aren't going to cut it at this point. This was touchdown or bust, and unfortunately for them, it turned out to be bust.
Yeah, they're feeling like they've got to force the issue here. Maybe take some chances they wouldn't have earlier in the game.
Blitz coming, and down he goes. And his defense here going to burn their second timeout. But you can also factor in another timeout that they'll get when the clock stops at the 2-minute warning. And the job becomes twice as difficult now. After the sack, it's second and 20. Throwing, Brissett. Going deep for Diggs. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there, trying to take a shot, but it's third down.
And you just know when that play call came in, their eyes lit up, because anytime you get a chance to take a big shot downfield, that's a lot of fun, and they missed an opportunity.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. Brissett. Going deep for Diggs. And that would be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up fourth down. The Bills send the punter out as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. And the kick's away as he angles this one for the sideline. And this one goes angling out of bounds, and it will be spotted inside the 30-yard line. Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. Their defense was able to force the punt. That's the good news, but this is still a 2-score game, and they need points on this drive and in a relatively quick manner. Von Miller in there to take him down on what will take us to the 2-minute warning. So after the sack, a scenario you certainly don't work on too often. Second and 24. Now Winston.
He's got his target. It's Olave.
A big gain there after going backwards, and that'll lead to a third down.
It's a gain of 22.
Winston from the gun on third down.
It's complete. Kamara.
And he'll be touched out here, but not before he does pick up the first.
A gain of 4 yards. And the Saints, first down.
Winston now to throw on first down.
He completes it to Olave.
And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30.
It's a gain of 27 yards. That's another.
They'll throw again. Winston. That is hauled in by Michael Thomas. And he takes this one into the end zone. And all of a sudden, here in the final minute, things get a little bit tighter. Lutz with the extra point. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this fourth quarter. So still a little over 40 seconds to go. Time enough to put a drive together if they can get this onside kick. And they've got it. They recovered it. But hang on now, though. There's a penalty flag down. A big mistake in that spot. You got to let it go, Tim.
They didn't give themselves a chance. They had an opportunity, touched it first. Now they're in a really bad spot.
How about this? They'll try the option, left side. And he is out of bounds inside the 35. It'll go as a gain of 12, and that should just about wrap this one up.
All right, I don't want to get too poetic here where they talk about, the eyes being the windows of the soul. You know what else the eyes do? They see the open spaces on a field, and those eyes carry your legs to those spots. And that's what happened on that play. He saw an opening and went and got it.
Well, he really hasn't ran the ball all game. Fourth quarter here, need a big play, able to pick it up. So whatever the eyes saw and created, it worked.
And they're going to move it down to inside the 25.
Now the Saints will use their third and final timeout as they get it with 26 seconds to go in the football game. Now Brissett. And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. Peyton Turner able to get in there for his second sack of the afternoon.
Well, a couple more minutes, and maybe the outcome of this one, Charles, would have been different. But ultimately, time runs out on the comeback, so it falls short. And they hold on to win this by just one possession.
Not the fourth quarter they wanted, but they did earn the win, and they'll be happy about that, and they should be. Now they're going to go back to practice, see what they can do to prevent a future lead from slipping away like this one was.
So for Buffalo, the great run they've been on continues as they move to 9-1 now.
And they will head home next week to take on the Washington Commanders.
Meanwhile, for the Saints, the loss will drop them to 6-3 now on the year. And they'll try to rebound next week on the road in Nashville.
She brought the ain't no way somebody daddy ain't gon' give her the spins with her ends, cause yeah, she did it again. A few more tracks and this time she bought friends. Big baby on her way up and showed the stairs to a man's. Now salute the general, TGLX got plans, yeah. Damn, it's the intro? Yes, it's the intro. Damn, this is the intro? Yes, it's the intro.
They don't know what they info. It be coming like this on the intro, what they here for. If they want the heat, you know who to send.